That noise is. Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you today? If this is the first time that you are coming across us, welcome. My name is Jessica Campos, author, mother, business owner, friend, and I'm from Puerto Rico, so that's why you can feel the accent also. Let me see who's connected because this is going to be a very, very interactive session. And I want to talk to you ladies. Sorry, guys, that I'm talking to the ladies now, but you know what, guys? You can also come here and join us, and maybe you can share tips with your significant other. This episode has been is inspired in our friend Almudena. Hola, Almudena. She's in Poland, and she follows our YouTube, Facebook, and this morning when I was sleeping, of course, we are in a different time zone. Almudena, I hope that you're here with us. This morning, when I woke up, I had a message from her saying, help. I see that you're a mom. I see that you have your business. I see that you're always working and doing things. How do you do it? How do you keep it up with all of these duties and things that we all have, right? And I said, that's a great question. That is a great question. So what I did was I kind of reversed and engineered what I do and trying to put together principles and at this point are habits that I have learned throughout the last 15 years being a mom, career woman, entrepreneur, and mixing all of those. So I really want to talk to you about that, and I know that this is going to be a very powerful content. So go ahead and feel free to share this link because we want to have as many people as we can so we can answer questions on the fly. Like just, I'm ready to do that with you and be real and show you everything the way it is and the way that I have learned how to manage. First warning, I'm not perfect, okay? That is the first warning. If you visit my home, don't expect to see a fancy miracle, shining and polished and all perfect. That's not me, okay? So that is the number one thing that I want to tell you as a disclaimer. The second disclaimer that I want to tell you is that it will take practice. It's going to take practice because creating habits, it's not something that can happen overnight, okay? So be patient with yourself and be open-minded. The third warning that I want to tell you is, guys, this is for ladies, remember, share this video so ladies can see. The third warning that I wanted to tell you is that you need to celebrate your progress and find gratitude. Tienes que sentir esa gratitud para poder decir, caramba, at least I'm just trying to get help. So you should be right now feeling great about yourself just because you are aware that something needs to change. You are aware that there are things that you can do better. And that's exactly how it happened to me. I started to feel the urge of doing things differently. I also learned that success people, they don't do one or two things, that we don't know what they do. It's not about what they do. It is about how they do things. And the more I started surrounding myself with people that are extremely successful, more successful than I was, I learned from them and I learned how they do things, and definitely they do things differently. Ellos hacen las cosas de una forma diferente. All right. So the number one concept that I want to share with you is the question that if you answer that question, you're going to have 69,000 pennies, right? La pregunta de los 69,000 chavitos. The 69,000 pennies question, does balance exist? How can we balance life work and relationships, or my life, personal life, my work life, my career life, and my hobbies, right? Does balance exist? That is the first question. I would like to know, what is your opinion? Do you think that balance exists? Do you think that balance exists? Because I have my own opinion, and obviously there's no right or wrong here, okay? Does balance exist? That is the number one question that we want to answer. And the answer, I have to be brutally honest with you today. And when I was on my 20s, I didn't even think about it. When I was starting my 30s, I was struggling with that. And I started kind of to see if other people could do things differently. And at some point in my mid-30s, I was convinced that balance was a myth and that it doesn't exist, okay? But now today, I have to tell you that balance does exist. If it's not, how do you see a building standing up? Physics, right? Things can be balanced. Things can be stable. You need to have a very strong foundation to elevate yourself so you can be centered. Perhaps if you eliminate or change the word balance, because maybe you have so many beliefs around that, and a lot of people have told you in the past that you cannot be balanced. So perhaps if we change the concept, we can shoot for the feeling of being grounded, centered, aligned. When I started to change the vision and change the goal towards how my life was going to be, my outcome started to change. And today I'm here to tell you that it is possible, that you can have a balance between your personal life, your business life, you as a mom, and all of the roles. Because one thing that I discovered is that the more authentic you are and the more assertive you are with your conversations, and the more clear you are about expectations, the better results you will have on a daily basis. This is not something that you can do on a sprint and then shock and off. It's not like that. This is a habit, and therefore you need to train yourself for little steps, and little steps. You're going to develop those as you go, okay? And celebrate progress. So the number one thing, balance does exist. We are able to develop feelings like, I feel centered, I feel aligned, I feel happiness. And perhaps if I tell you, how does it look when you're not balanced, when you are not centered? Tell me if your routine looks like you're always rushing to things, you're always late, you're always delivering your work, and you know you can do a better work. You can never be ahead of time. You cannot seem to catch up. People manage your calendar. You don't have a calendar. So if your life looks like that right now, I have news for you. You can change that, okay? You can change that. And that will be the number one thing that I would do. It's like looking at myself and being totally transparent and say, wow, I think I can do things differently. And maybe one thing that you could do as well is recognizing if organization is not part of your skills. I actually took a test and I realized that my strength factor is strategizing, planning, helping people to grow, creating business opportunities. My mind is always focused on that. However, when it comes to the little things that have to do with the house, with decorating the house, with finishing projects like folding all the laundry and all that, oh my goodness, it's very difficult for me. So you know what? I needed to have a conversation with my husband and say, you know what? I suck at this and I just need help. So the second principle that I will share with you is delegation and efficiency. You need to think about what are you really good at, because you might think that you can multitask while you're on a phone call, you can fold the laundry. And I have heard things like that in the past, but you know what? That creates anxiety. I don't like doing that. So if you don't like it, then don't do it. Delegate. Be efficient with your energy. It's very, very important. More than managing the time, you manage projects, and the energy that you have and you carry throughout the projects is going to be very important factor whether you finish that project or not. So if I'm doing something that my body is telling me, oh, I don't like it, I'm not good at that, then don't do it. Period. Don't do it. So try to think, okay, if I'm doing this and not enjoying it, because I know some ladies that you love cleaning. And if you do, put your music, your headsets and dance and do the cleaning. Perfect, right? Maybe at that time you can catch up a conversation with your mom, with your friends, and you can multitask in that way. Okay. So you need to find what is your energy towards that project that you're going to manage, and ask yourself, is this something that I should delegate because I totally hate it? Or even if you love it, how can I be more efficient with that time? One thing that I learned is that at home, we love as a family of 6 to take the laundry as a project. So I accumulate all the laundry for Sunday night, and then we all get together in the living room in the ideal scenario, and then we fold it and kids help us doing all of that. But I needed to stop doing laundry every single day, because then I would accumulate mountains and mountains of clothes without being folded. And I would not ask my kids every single day to do a project like that because they didn't like it. But I could have them all together for 1 hour and finishing all the laundry. Okay, so efficiency. More examples for your home. I do enjoy cooking. I love cooking. Okay, so that is something that I don't delegate. I like it. I like when I get a recipe, when I cook my stuff, when I cook my Puerto Rican, mi arroz con habichuela, el bistec, eso me encanta cocinarlo. So I learned that I could have gadgets on my kitchen. Do I say gadgets on my kitchen or in my kitchen? Baby.
In my kitchen.
Oh, in my kitchen. Sorry. I learned that I could have gadgets in my kitchen, and that could help me cutting time. So one gadget, food prep, meal prep. That is a tool that you can do with your mind, and every Sunday you can do full meal prep. Number 2, have a menu. Have a menu for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Having a menu will help you cutting time. Having a slow cooker, guys, ladies, this is something that you need to have at home. I have 2 of them. Slow cooker will save your time, money, and a lot of energy as well. I have also another gadget that I have is the steamer, something that you, babe, what's the name for that thing, the tea? The boiler. We can boil water with a button, and then it helps in saving time. The tea maker, what's the water thing? Oh, a kettle. An electric kettle also helps me cutting time. When kids want mac and cheese, guess what? Boom, I put that on. When I want soup, guess what? Boom, I put that on. And things like that have kind of helped me cutting time and being more efficient, okay? So are we good with delegation? Are we good with being efficient? And the same principles will apply for your business as well, okay? Third principle that I want to share with you, automation, and definitely with your business. What things do you do that can help you achieving the same goal, but with exponential results and with less time. You can do that with automation. For example, this video is a great example. Do you think that when my friend Almedena asked me the question, I could have answered that question typing in and then, answering to her, right? But guess what? When I'm thinking that I can just use the same opportunity to impact more people just like her, I am thinking big things. I am thinking about how can I automate a system of delivering information in such a way that I can use this information to empower more people with the same time. Okay, so always think about automation, what systems you can create to do more with the same energy. Do more, but more efficiently. Okay, it's not about, I'm sure you have heard this, it's not about working hard, it's working smart. Automation is a key. If you're running a business and you don't have your emails automated, your calendar automated, then we need to start from that, because those things are indispensable at this point. I would not be able to run my business without automation. I will not be able to serve my clients without automation. I will not be able to handle multiple projects at a time without automation. Key and crucial. How can we apply same principles with our home and with our mommy things? Well, you can put your days in automatic, the same thing like with cooking. When I told you, like we have Taco Tuesday, it's automatic pilot. Sundays for going grocery shopping and for meal prep, automatic pilots. The less things that you need to think about last minute, the better. You can do that. Maurice, you like it? Great word. Which word did you like? Which word did you like? And Neil says, I sent you a friend request for help with Facebook ads. Yes, Facebook ads. This is a great example. Automation. I mean, do you rather have your time spent picking one by one messages trying to find people? Or do you want to be efficient with your money and your time and your energy and delegate that to an expert that can help you finding leads? This is a great example of how can you use automation in your mind and how can you use the best of your energy and the best of your talents, okay? Are we good with automation? Because I have this, the next topic is planning ahead of time. Planning ahead of time. I plan everything as much as I can. Luis Miguel Costa, ¿cómo está Portugal? Hola. I plan everything, and I have a tool that it changed my life forever, and that tool is on my website. So right now, if you go to my website, you can see my calendar. And I created that calendar with intentionality, and I know exactly which days of the week I can accept invitations to do, for example, networking events, receiving people for coffee. But I also know which days are no-nos because I already have things that I do very consistently on a weekly basis, and they are already planned, okay? You can plan conventions that you want to attend on a yearly basis. You can plan your Christmas vacations. You can plan your summer vacations. And you know what? Once I plan those, then I put my work. Then I put my work, okay? So what things can you plan with your house, for example? Well, we have, Monday at home, usually it's for mac and cheese and something like very simple. Taco Tuesday. We have Wednesdays for some certain things that I do from my country, rice and bistec that they love. Then Thursdays, we have the day for more like Italian and pasta. I mean, just create your menu ahead of time. And the more you do it, the more you will realize how simple it is, okay? It's that simple. Hola, Ramonita. Okay, so planning is a big deal. And when we started, I asked you, if your life was not balanced, how does that look like? If you feel that you are always doing things on last minute, always responding and to invitations, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know. I have 2 words for you. Number 1 is always think, I don't want to be in a reactive mode. Eliminate reactive mode and change it for responding. When I learned that, guys and ladies and powerhouse, when I learned that I could be responsive to the energy and responsive to things that were opportunities for me, and I could just flow through that instead of being reacting, I learned that resistance pretty much was eliminated. Okay, so cut the word reaction and the actions that are like a reaction to something, and instead you can respond, you can plan. And the next word is prioritize. And I know that you have heard this. Like I said, it's not that successful people do one thing differently. I am not going to share something that you have never heard, okay? There is no magic here, okay? The fact that I am a mom of four between the ages of 17 and 3 years old, and then a wife, and then a friend, and then a daughter, and then I also have a pet. I don't know how I manage all that, plus a successful business. Well, you know, it's not I'm doing one thing different, one thing that is a magic thing. It's the way that things are done, and that creates a compound effect, okay? I'm not perfect. I'm always looking for ways to improve. So please, if you know something that can save my life, maybe a gadget for the kitchen, maybe something that you use that helps you to measure your time better, please share, because that's why we are here, okay? So prioritizing, something that I learned is I learned that I needed to be aware of my main values, my core values. Again, when I started this video, I told you balance is possible because there are buildings and those buildings are standing up. So by physics, we know that it is possible to elevate and build a structure and it's not going to crumble unless when a structure will crumble, when? Well, when the foundation, it's not stable. So the foundation of the system that is going to help you to elevate yourself and have a very stable business and persona, right, has to do with the values that you have in your mind. And this exercise, the one that you ask yourself, what are my values, might take you a week. So take some time to evaluate, what are my values? Because you might not be scheduling the time, or you might not be keeping up with the work and the things that you want to do, but it might be a root that has to do with how your brain is programmed. So think about that. What are your values? And then those values need to be in congruency with your actions. Your values need to be in congruency with your actions. I'm going to give you one example here. And this is something that, oh my goodness, my husband and I keep just talking about it. How it's so much difficult for us to, even though we want to have healthy, in top of the, like as the top value, we want to eat healthy, we want to work out, we want to be fit, right? Even though we want that, there's other values that are taking another order in that list, and so we know that it's an issue of how do we present the values, how do we structure our values, okay? So think about that. What values are on top of your list, the top 5 values that you have? And if you want to be efficient, if you want to be centered, well, guess what? That needs to be on your top 5 values. If you don't put it there, then everything that you do, it's not going to have that sense of urgency, because you're not going to take seriously your wish of living a balanced life. For me, I needed to take a break from being in a reactive mode, okay? I needed to stop. I needed to say, guess what? I feel like I'm getting burned out. And major things need to happen for me to feel joy, for me to feel centered, for me to feel that I am enjoying. And when I made those changes, I made the change in the list of the values. So closing thoughts is these conversations started with us talking about if it's possible to have a balanced life. I said it is possible, okay? And there's something that I want to tell you, that very often you miss that part of the equation. And I want to tell you that especially ladies, we need something that without it, you will feel that you are stuck in your life. And this is something that the more I experience these things that I'm going to tell you, the more I am convinced that that is one element that millionaires have, that people that are on the race towards becoming a millionaire don't have, okay? And it is, are you ready for this? It is the need and the ability to nurture relationships, the need to develop abilities to nurture relationships. Relationships are crucial. A relationship will take your life and your business to the next level, okay? I can guarantee that. That's why when you see my Facebook now, look at the top. Take a moment and look at the top, okay? What my cover picture says, relationship. And you know why I put that there this month? Because it's new. You can just see it's new. Relationships. It is my new discovery. Successful people, they treat relationships differently, and they handle relationships differently, definitely, for sure. A couple of examples I can tell you. If you have a group of friends and your group of friends are not talking about what struggles you have and what resources you need, then you need to change those conversations, or perhaps you need to change your group, okay? It's sad, but it's how it is. If you don't have a group of friends where you can empower each other, where you can introduce each other to connections, then you need to change that group, okay? If your group of friends look like all you do is just get together to talk about fashion, clothes, and how this person is not doing this, how this person is not doing that, how your kids are doing, and blah, 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 mommy stuff, well, you know, you might have to change that. You might want to surround yourself with women that are more than moms. I needed to do that. And I know that even when I say it, I feel afraid that you're going to judge me, okay? But you know what? It's okay, because I know that I'm not just a mom, and I needed to change that for good. I needed to do that. I needed to understand that there was a big calling. There was a big thing that I meant to do, okay? And by you just playing your mommy role, you're just doing a disservice to your talent. You're doing a disservice to your gift. You're doing a disservice to many people. So please step up your game. And I hope that, as a closing thought here, I hope that this conversation that we're having is not just a one way. I really want to hear from you what things that I said, because they're very powerful and they're coming. I mean, I never planned these. There's no script here, okay? I can show you what I did. I just put this list of topics, and things have been just downloading to me as I feel like I need to share this with you. And I feel like now telling you that I don't want this to be a one-way conversation. I just want this to be a very real conversation. So you can write me a private message and say, you know what, when you said this and that, I feel that I mean, you were talking to me, okay? Because there's something that I do on my business, and it has nothing to do with perhaps you don't even know what we do. And it's empowerment. It is really believing in you. It's really having someone on your side that is always working as a scout master, leading you and helping you to go to your next level. And if you don't have that, I would love to be that person for you. Guess what? I have that person in my life. And I am grateful forever for that person. And through that person, I have been able to meet multiple people, multiple connections, and more doors keep being opened. And it's just magic. It's just amazing how things are. Okay. So I'm excited because today is what? It's May. Wow. In 2 more months, my year of the 39th year of my life, it's going to end. And I feel like every time that we get a new decade, I feel like there's a big deal, right? It is a big deal when we have a new decade coming up. So when I started this year, my 39th year of my life, there were about 47 up to 50 people that were there, and I said in front of them, I want to do multiple things this year. I don't want to turn 40 without knocking down multiple things. And I'm very happy to tell you that this year I've been able to knock down my lack of organization, my lack of balance, and my extremely yucky desire to overachieve and do things, oh my goodness, burn myself out. And I got that. So, and it's a great feeling. And if you want to feel that, just please reach out. It had to do with changing my business model. It had to do with changing my circle of influence and changing my level of influence as well. So questions for me. Oh my goodness, I have been saying hello to you guys, but hey Aris, hey Joanna, Luis Miguel, Fernando, Mili, hello, hola, Ramonita, Joel, Neil, Mariana, Monica, Paul. Questions for me, I'm more than happy to answer them. I don't have anything else to share now, but definitely let's catch up in real conversations. Let's enjoy the day. Let's enjoy the rest of the week. And if this was the first time that you and I got connected, check me out. Check the website and all of that. All right. So thank you so much for being here, and congratulations for wanting to take your life to the next level and wanting to discover that it's really, really, really possible to live a centered and a balanced life, okay? And remember, balance between your personal, business, and relationships. Don't forget that third one, relationships. Bye. Bye for now. Bye for now. Let me just now close this. Bye again.